Let's try it again. No magic, no transformation, no moment where I looked in the mirror and felt like I'm a new person. Just 7 mornings, 6 habits, and one thing I did not expect. So last week I decided to stop waiting for the right moment and run a simple experiment. Take 6 science-based morning habits and actually try them for 1 week straight. Not skip a day, not take excuses. And here's what happened. If this is the first video from me, quick context. I'm Eugene, 33 years old, Ukrainian, living in London. I work in 9 to 5 and I recently made a decision to start documenting a very personal process, rebuilding my daily life on one habit at a time. And last week I came across a video by Jay Shetty about morning routine. 6 simple science-backed habits. No ice bath at 4 a.m. No 2 hours rituals. Just practical things that anyone can start tomorrow. The 6 habits were stop hitting snooze and get up immediately. Next one, cool water explorer, even just washing your face and neck. Morning sunlight, 7 minutes of movement or walk. Morning journaling, which includes gratitude, priorities and fears. And the last one, no phone until 8 a.m. I started a few weeks ago and I want to be honest with you about every single day. So, my first morning. I got lucky with the timing. The 3rd of April was a bank holiday in England, Good Friday. Which means no alarm pressure, no commute, no reason to rush. So I set up my alarm for 7 a.m. First alarm, no snooze, and I got up. And if it sounds simple, it wasn't basically, because I'm naturally a night person and normally I prefer to stay up late finishing things, and mornings have always felt like something I survive rather than enjoy. Over the last year I was almost late to work nearly every day, and that became normal, which is a sign that something is broken. But you know, that first morning I got up and I didn't regret it. Then come to cold water and I have to be honest, a full cold shower was never happened. I'm not built for that yet. I'm working on it, but I'd hear from a doctor say something that actually helped me. Water that's just 10 degrees cooler than your comfort zone already counts as a constant exposure. So you don't need ice water to get the benefit. And I started from washing my face just with this cold water, then my neck, my chest and upper back, cool, not freezing. And you know, I liked it, and not in dramatic way, just it woke me up. And the important thing was that next day I wanted to do it again. I think that's this signal that matters. Now I want to spend a moment on journaling, because this was the one I expected the least from, and it became my favorite part of the whole week. And I tried journaling before, but it never stuck. I'd see it there staring in a blank page, not knowing what to write, and it felt forced. But G. suggested a specific structure, like just 3 questions. First one, what I'm grateful for today. Second, what are my top priorities today? And third, last one, what am I most afraid of today? And this structure changed everything for me. So the gratitude part, I've heard 100 times that we should practice gratitude, but actually writing it down in the morning before the day starts, it's different. It forces you to look at your life and find something real, which is interesting. Not just say, I'm grateful as a concept, but find something specific. And when you do that every morning, you start noticing more things during the day that's worth being grateful for. And your brain starts scanning for the good instead of defaulting on the difficult. The priorities. This one is practical in a way I didn't expect. I write down 1 to 3 things I need to do today, like not a full task list, just a non-negotiable. And throughout the day, when I'm tired, when I'm distracted, when something pulls me, of course, I can go back to that, and it acts like a compass. I found myself finishing the day with a sense of having done something that really matters, even small things. And the last one, the fears. This one is very interesting and maybe the most valuable, because fears we don't name tend to grow, and fears we write down at 7 a.m. somehow get smaller by 9 a.m. What I realized after a few days is that I don't actually have that many fears standing between me and moving forward. When I wrote them down, really wrote them down, next to my priorities, for the next day something interesting happened. The excuse disappeared. Because when you can see both things on the same page, what you are afraid of and what you are already decided to do, the fears loses its authority. It's not the fears goes away, it's that you stop negotiating with it. You see it for what it is, a feeling, not a fact. And slowly you start to understand that the only way through it is not around it, it's like straight through it. And after 7 days, this is the habit I'm keeping no matter what. It takes me about 5, maximum 7 minutes, and it's the 5 minutes that sets the tone for everything else. Movement and sunlight. The movement was easy for me to add. I used to do morning exercises and then stopped. I don't know why. It's one of those things that quietly disappeared from your routine without you decided to remove it. 7 to 10 minutes of stretching and basic exercises in the morning. No gym, just movement. And the difference in how my body feels for the rest of the day is not suitable. Muscles that were stiff for the whole commute now feel like they are being properly woken up, and energy is different. For the sunlight, the first weekend day, I went to a run. When work started again, I switched to a 15-minute walk around the neighborhood. Just a few streets, some road every morning. There is something about a familiar road that I didn't expect. Your brain doesn't have to navigate, it can just exist. You notice the same trees, the same houses, the light changing on the same walls, and somehow that gives you a few minutes of actual quiet before they ask something of you. And for someone who spent the last year rushing out of the door every single morning, that 15 minutes walk felt almost radical. The no phone rule was easier than I expected and harder than I expected, both at the same time. The first few days, when I was moving slowly through each habit without rushing, I naturally didn't reach it out. But there was always something to do. So, like morning exercises, journaling, walking, so the phone just didn't fit it. But when work started again and I had to compress the routine, my hand would pick up the phone automatically. Not to check anything specific, just out of habit, muscle memory, I suggest. I'd unlock the screen and then catch myself and pull it down. This moment of catching yourself is actually the whole practice. You're not trying to eliminate the reflect immediately, you're building awareness of it. And awareness is the first step of changing it. I'm not going to tell you I succeeded perfectly, but I'm going to keep trying. Because the mornings when I didn't check my phone until 8 a.m. felt noticeably different from the ones where I opened Instagram before I was even fully awake. So, after 7 days, what actually happened? Not everything, not even more things. I didn't lose or gain weight. I didn't write a book. I didn't become a morning person yet, but something shifted. The day feels longer, not in a heavy way, but in a full way. Like I'm actually living each hour rather than just surviving until the next one. The anxiety I usually feel about time passing too fast, about never having enough of it, it's quieter. Not fully gone, but it's really quieter. I woke up and I have a routine that belongs to me. Before work, before anyone else's priorities, like before the notifications, the time is mine. I am going to keep going. I am going to set my alarm a little earlier each week until I have more of that morning time. And I'm going to fix the other side of this because there is a problem I didn't solve yet. I can wake up earlier, but I can't fall asleep earlier. It's a problem. And I started building an evening routine to help my brain wind down, and I will share that in one of the next videos. Because I believe mornings and the evening are connected, and you can't fix one without eventually fixing the other. So, no magic, no transformation, just 7 mornings, a cold splash of water, a journal with 3 questions, and a phone that stayed on the table a little longer than usual. I think that's enough for now. That's how it started. And you know, if you are somewhere in the middle of trying to change something in your life, I'd really like to hear about it. Tell me in a comment section what's like morning habit you have tried that actually stuck. And I will read every single one. So this is it for now. Thank you for watching and see you next time.